All right, Fire Night Hard. Let's do it. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here today. Raid Shadow Legends, Fire Night Hard. Big shout out to my dude Roz. We're going to talk about his team and a lot of important ideas about the Fire Night Hard mode. I'm going to suggest to you a team today and a team really layout that can be good for any account, and you can customize it depending on your champions. Before we get into that, I want to just say cheers, good morning, grab your coffee, kick your feet up. This is from the company that the Mug Club mugs are going to be made by. I mentioned it in a video the other day. I thought I'd just put my coffee in it this morning. It's a stamina potion from D&D. And if you want to get in on the limited time Mug Club, here is the design that we're going with. Let me know if you want in on this. I believe they are going to be $30. We're trying to nail down the price point, and I'm hoping that's going to include shipping as well. A little bit more on the expensive side for a mug, I know. However, this is a mug that is going to last you forever. It is hand potted, individually made, and fired in a kiln. All kinds of official pottery stuff going on there that I don't really know about or remember about. But I've already been using the mugs, and they're so good. I love them so much. DM me on Discord if you want on the list for the Mug Club, and let's jump into the video. All right, so if we come over here to our champion filter, and we go positive effects, and then, where is it? Positive effects. Oh, I passed it. Ally attack. We're going to see who's available on our account for this important role here. Okay, and you can see there's going to be a number of options. I would suggest to you the number one option is going to be Cardial. He's the one who I'm going to be using on my team because I have him. Now, on Roz's team that we're going to talk about, he doesn't have a Cardial, so he's going to be using Farrakhan. Now, obviously, you can't use my crappy Faction War build Farrakhan. You're going to want, like, an endgame build Farrakhan, but he is definitely one of the options as well. One of the best options is going to be Lanatharl. He has good damage. He brings your whole team. He's going to be very good as well. I tested with Longbeard. I think you can probably make him work. You might be able to make Morag or another ally attack work, but preferred is going to be Farrakhan and Lanatharl. And then if you have a Void Legendary coming in here with the Cardial, okay? I think that the ally attack strategy is really legit, and one of the reasons why it's legit is because of who is attacking, so let's jump into that as well. So, very importantly, we need some freeze champions to go with our ally attack, and the good thing for you guys is, it's a free champion. Now, yes, I know I happen to have a plus for you, Carl, due to a lot of unlucky shard pulls. That is not necessary in any way. If you have the ability to empower your Carl, it will help with the speed of the run, but it is not a necessary part of this team. Also, we're going to be including the Fusion Newt. I have the amazing Fire Knight skin because it is the best. Other people have asked me about champions like Cryoden and Gory, and you can see that I do have them maxed out. But Cryoden is going to be for Faction Wars and some other niche content. Gory is not worth your time. He is definitely not going to be worth it. So if you don't have Yakarl or Newt, you're going to be in a hard spot, okay? It wasn't until Roz showed me his team with Yakarl that I really started believing he was a viable option. Roz's team, let's just get that on screen here so that you can see that. It is going to be for Fire Night 10 Hard. The video is not specifically about that team, but I wouldn't have this information without him, so I wanted to make sure I gave him credit. If you guys want to see a specific video on that, we could try to harass him and get his account on camera here for you. So let me know if you want to see that in the comments below. But make sure that if you're going to build this, you have some blessings on your champions, you have good speed. Like, these have to be endgame builds if you're going into Fire Knight hard. It is the hardest of the dungeons, of course. And based on that, if you don't have a lot of speed or empowerments or blessings on your champions, then you should probably just stick to Fire Knight 25. You won't be getting mythical gear, but you'll still be getting a good solid amount of 6-star gear. I think pretty much a lot of players should be able to do Fire Knight 1, 2, 3, even up to 6 wasn't too bad in my opinion with this strategy. And I'll be honest, I run 6 for consistency. So let's take a look at his team. All right, so let's take a look at the team here. And you can see the 2 ally attackers in there. And then Roz obviously has to use Razzle Varg. I feel like that's just mandatory. Roz, and then the beginning of the name starts the same way. I don't know, it's just my goofy brain. But yeah, fitting in my opinion. So we have two fusions, Razzle Varg and Lonatharl. We have an epic, which is Farrakhan. 3 fusions. Oh, get your head on straight this morning, Jedi. 3 fusions, a free champion, and an epic with a ridiculous time. His average time is actually 2 minutes, but that's still crazy, okay? And what I'm going to show you is, in case you don't have as good of gear as Roz, my gear is actually getting pretty good, but it's not as good as Roz's. But I run a very similar team. So let's take a look at my version. He said that in order to upgrade this team, he would be wanting more refresh accessories. He would be wanting a higher blessing on Newt specifically. Higher blessings on Lonatharl and Yakarl would probably help. And then the other thing would be a second Newt for the team would be crazy, or a Cardial obviously would be an upgrade as well to Farrakhan. So let's jump into my team and I can show you my version of this amazing strategy. All right, so jumping over into the actual game now. Do you want to come on screen, game? Oh, there it is. Okay. You can see that I have beat stage 10. It was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. However, it's not 100%, and I do have a problem with that. Roz said his is like 98 or 99%. I think mine was like 90%. So, and I'm not even sure because I didn't put that much energy into it. This is my team for Fire Knight 25, in case you still need something for that. You don't even need really the refresh people. You could put a Renegade in here and then like Vizix in place of the Kaimar if you want to run this type of team. And the reason why I left it in here was as a reminder to myself, also to share with you what the team is that I run, in case I'm running Fire Knight 25. But also because if you don't have Lydia, you should probably not worry about Fire Knight hard. You can do a lot of the other hard dungeons before you have Lydia, specifically hard Spider. But once you have Lydia and then you've been playing for a while after you've had her, then that's probably a key indicator that you could try Fire Knight hard. So let's take a look here. Fire Knight hard 6. I have a couple different versions here. And the reason why I have a couple different versions here is because there's options for you, okay? This one right here was the one that I was working on for a long time to try to get Fire Knight 10 to work, okay? However, it was really not until I adopted this strategy from Roz, and I used his exact same team except Cardial instead of Farrakhan in order to clear stage 10. That was my stage 10 team. But here in this team, this is the team that I run here. And the cool thing is that you can put basically any champion that you want in here in this last spot if your gear's good enough. Now, if your gear's not as good, then what you would want to do is put somebody in here to really help you, and that's probably going to be the Razzle Varg, okay? Because the Razzle Varg has the increased speed. He's going to help you take more turns. I have mine built for Hydra, so that's no problem. And he has a high blessing. It's like all of the good things. Make sure he does opener A1 on the boss. Cardiel wants to do 1 on the boss. Lonatharl wants to do 1 on the boss. Yakarl wants to do 1 and 2. Newt wants to mainly do A1 and then occasionally do A3. And then on the waves, you just kind of want them to do their abilities that are going to help you speed up the waves while also saving what you need for the boss. Okay, so Yakarl's going to prioritize his 1 ability on round 2 is what I found works best for me. But you could play around with Yakarl's abilities because like his A1 is where the strength is. Same thing with Razzlevarg. I just let him do his thing. Lonatharl, I have him open and then don't use it at all. And then Cardiel, he's really just in there for the A1s and then the boss. If you are dying ever and you do have Cardiel, then just leave this on, the Revive on Death, as additional protection. But the cool thing about this strategy is that it's going to freeze the enemies. And that is going to control them. So let's jump in here and take a look at my run. I have, a lot of different options that I can put in the Razzlevarg spot. But I'm going to run him in here so that you can see this in action. Alright, so jumping into the run here. Is this the same aura? It's 20%. Maybe I should be running... I think the reason why is because I don't normally have Razzlevarg in the team. I only have Cardiel. But let me actually run the actual aura. And then you can see what I do for the AI priorities one more time as well. Just block all of this out. And then one of the things that does actually slow down the run, I will say, is Cardiel's animations are pretty slow. So if you don't have him, it may actually be faster to run Barrack the Fat there. Okay. We'll go ahead and run this on stage 10 and see if it works. And then I'll show you the builds. I'm not sure if I have time or not to actually run it on 6, but let me talk about some champions that I ran in the Razzlevarg spot. Foley is great, and you can buy him from the shop. I also have been really loving and running my Arena Leo build in there. It's not even fast, but it's been working really well. I was trying Genzin because my dude, I think DeGreer was the one who mentioned Genzin to me. He said that would speed it up. And I don't know. I've tried a bunch of different people in there. So I think that spot is very flexible for earlier levels of this dungeon with this team. All right, so let's jump right in here. Let's drink some coffee. Mug Club, you know you want one. So let me know. The waves are not that tanky. You're going to see some provokes from me because I have a provoke set on Razzlevarg. The main reason why I can't make this consistent is because I am unwilling to put Savage on Razzlevarg. I'm unwilling to build my Cardiel specifically for this dungeon. I need both of those champions in my main Hydra teams. And so, even though this team will work, obviously I can't build them specifically for this. And same thing with Newt as well. All three of those are very important champions for my Hydra teams. So I'm opting for this hybrid build, and then we'll see what happens. But I keep forgetting to switch Newt's gear for Hydra. Right now he's in a 3-piece Relentless set at the same stats for the dungeons. So I should probably just put him in a dungeon build and then try to use that in Hydra. So that's what I'm thinking about. So we made it through the waves on stage 10 in a little over a minute, which is very good. And then you can see here the ally attacks are going to bring down the shield. And then we have Yakarl that's helping as well, and then the second ally attack. Now, what should happen is that we should keep the shield down. Newt, remember we opened on A1, and that is going to help the shield go down. We were supposed to get decreased speed up there. Okay, there's the decreased speed. But the thing with this dungeon is you have to kill it very quickly in order to be able to succeed, like in order to be able to survive. Okay, we decreased the turn meter, but by hardly anything at all. It wasn't even noticeable. And I think Newt needs to be just a little bit faster in order to keep the shield down. Okay, so that is one thing that I would consider here if I was going to run this. So this looks like it's going to fail, but honestly, I've seen it take a hit and be okay. So maybe if I built Newt just for this dungeon, I'll have to talk to Roz and get him to destroy my Newt build. It's actually not that bad. But destroy my Newt build so that I can maybe make this consistent. But you can see there, Yakarl normally is going to control the turn meter. People running around in front of the Fire Knight is hilarious. And then Newt will eventually get his A3 back and we'll take another chunk out. And I think this is the type of run that leads to that around that 3-minute and 30-second time frame. And then running this team on level 6 for me is just very consistent. I don't know that I've seen it fail. There's his A3 again. And then I think we normally need one more A3 in order to make this work. So maybe I should just build Newt with a little bit more speed and not worry about the Relentless. As always, I love hearing from you guys in the comments about what you guys think of this team or this strategy and what you guys are doing. Like, if you're doing something that is not utilizing these champions, please let me know, because although this team is amazing, I'd rather just keep my Hydra builds. But I kind of would like a Newt build that is consistent for all areas of the game. Okay, we are not on our fastest time, but still able to clear it under 4 minutes. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Interesting. It's only 2 more turns, but 30 more seconds. I wonder how that works. Probably that just has to do with the shield, right? Probably just has to do with the shield. So anyway, you can see here, Razelvarg doing 2 million, and he's the most damage in the team except for Newt, which is fascinating. And then on stage 6, which is what I normally run, on stage 6, my best time is 2 minutes and 12 seconds, but this averages around 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So with the speed aura 20%, let's go ahead and just run this here as well, and then we'll wrap up the video. But you can see on the waves, number 1, I have enough damage on wave 1 that I don't need Yakarl's A3. But, wait, was that his A3? Why did he use his A3? I thought I had it locked out. Okay, well, apparently he's just doing whatever he needs to do, but you can see wave 1 locked down. I was going to say, anyway, lock down wave 1 with his A3 if you need more survivability. That's been really the best part about this team, in all honesty. And the waves are going to take similar amount of time on stage 6 or stage 10. Maybe did I choose stage 10 again? I don't even know. Hopefully this is stage 6, because I don't really have time to go rerun it. I got to go get ready for work. However, what you can see here is we're locking down the waves pretty easily. And then when you're fighting through these, don't forget to manual. Okay, don't forget to manual to beat it the first time if you need to, and then work on your auto-friendly team. I think that's something that's underrated in this game. A little bit slower on stage 6 through the waves, which I don't know why, unless I accidentally chose stage 10, and then this would make sense. But I'm pretty sure the shield is 18 on stage 6, which is the whole reason why it's easier. That way you can, you know, use whatever team you want on stage 6 for the most part. And also on stage 6, I usually change Newt's AI to prioritize the A3. Because as you saw there, we didn't need to decrease the turn meter. It was already completely depleted. So we can speed this up a little bit more if we change the AI priorities for stage 6. And then we'll cycle through his abilities a little bit faster. But either way, it doesn't affect it too much. And I think my fastest time actually came with Leo instead of Razzlevarg here. So whatever AoE damage dealer you want to use. I think I also did try Seer in the team, but since she has one hitter on the A1, it makes the waves way faster, but then it makes the boss pretty inconsistent. So I think there's a way to do it with Seer on stage 6, to be clear. But I don't know what that is yet. So maybe a third ally attacker or something. Maybe we could replace Yakarl and Razzlevarg with like Longbeard and Seer. But then we wouldn't have the buffs, so I don't know. Either way, I think this team is really good. And I've been really pleased with it. Definitely nowhere close to my fastest run here. We're over 3 minutes, which I think that's the whole reason why I started testing somebody else in the Razzlevarg spot in the first place. So after all these ally attacks, hopefully Newt has his ability back. You can see the turn meter has been basically depleted the whole time. I need to not forget to show you the builds because they're pretty endgame, okay? 325 there. Again, you have some customization with those champions in the team. So if we take a look, my Yakarl build, he is +4. So if you have just a normal one, he'll be different than that. I have him fast and in Savage. His stats are kind of crazy because of that empowerment, the blessing, all of the parts. I have Ascended Gloves with crit damage, but I guess I don't even have him fully glyphed. So there's still room for improvement there. We have Razzlevarg in Provoke and Perception. So he's very fast as well. He has 80% crit rate because of the crit rate buff from Cardial. They are almost always in the same team. Then we have Cardial in Relentless and really a 2-piece protection set. 315, he has resistance. You don't really need that. Like, he has a little bit of crit stats, which is helpful. Newt, as I said, in my 3-piece Relentless build, I've been switching that helmet on and off when I remember. 272, 266 crit damage. The defense is pretty low, to be honest with you. On a Tharl, I have an Instinct, which I personally like. I think that's a good option for you guys, trying to get faster speeds on your champions. But you can see, like, I have 5-star boots, I have rare pieces. So, you know, like, I feel like there's definitely spot to upgrade this build a lot. Again, 273, you want your champions to be fast. In order to do stage 10, you even want them to be faster than this. So that's the team. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the strategy, okay? Even if you can't hit these speeds, even if you can't hit these stats, try putting this strategy together with the 2 ally attack champions, Razzlevarg if you have him, and then Yakarl and Newt. Try putting the strategy together and see how well it does for you, and let me know about it in the comments below. Cheers! We'll see you guys in the next video.